Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons! Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there.
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you into the Patrick Netherton Show right here at 11:30. The Tiger. What's up, everybody? How we doing today? You know, it's weird, Rogers, because I share this console with JJ. He uses this microphone in this console, so the headphones are always set at something different. It feels like every time I go and sit down, it's like it's either really loud or really soft. Like I don't know. I don't know where his headphone volume is. Yeah, it was reasonable yesterday. Yeah, it's usually pretty loud. Like I don't know. I mean, I know he's older, but still, I guess maybe just being with living with Ben for a whole lifetime, right? Listening to Ben shout at you for forever and ever. I guess that will dull the old eardrums a little bit. But we're here. We're hanging out. Happy to have you with us. Obviously, more fallout for the college football playoff that we can get into. We've got all kinds of fun stuff happening. The NFL, Trevor Lawrence looked like maybe his year was done, but perhaps not upon further review. Can we get a cart in Jacksonville? Right? Isn't there like a heavy older population in Jacksonville? And you're telling me that we don't have a single cart floating around anywhere? Like even one of those cool, Rogers, remember the old helmets? The old helmet carts back in the day? Yeah, like couldn't we get a helmet cart out there to grab Trevor? Like the poor guy's limping with two folks who clearly can't support his weight. And he's, as I used to say back in the day, lumping. He's just lumping down the hallway with two people, and come on, man. What are we doing? He's your franchise quarterback. Find him a ding-dang golf cart or just a regular cart, or run a mule out there. Not an animal mule, the vehicle mule. I mean, something. That was crazy. But, so we've got the final results of last week's Patrick's Picks and Moody's Moneymakers. We will give you those. Moody had Jacksonville minus 8.5 last night. And you probably know how that ended up. So we'll get into that. We've got more college football playoff issues to go through. We will discuss kind of NFL as we start to head down the stretch of the regular season. We've got a little bit of baseball news. We're still trying to figure out where the heck Shohei Ohtani is going, which is obviously the biggest news that is happening in Major League Baseball. Is where is he going? We've also got, Rogers, I got to tell you about an interesting game in college basketball tonight that involves your father's alma mater, as a matter of fact, who, that would be McNeese, for those that don't know, McNeese having a great year so far. Will Wade, first year, brought in a bunch of talent. Brought in Shahade Wells, he's not back. I think he's got one more game. I think it's a 10-game suspension. They're 7-2. The net rankings, which, the NCAA's official rankings, McNeese was 30th. They were ahead of like Duke and Carolina and a bunch of blue bloods. But they have a very interesting game on the schedule tonight. Do the McNeese Cowboys. The final game without Will Wade. Then he will be back after that. Got college football going on, always on the brain, with bowl games happening. We are efforting to get both coaches on the show from Texas Tech and Cal. Believe it's going to happen. We were basically undefeated in coaches that are for the bowl game, for the Indy Bowl. Until last year. We did not have Dana Holgerson last year. So, from Houston. Also working on Willie Fritz, the new head coach of the Houston Cougars. So we'll get into that. And, how about the NCAA potentially favoring a split at the top of the FBS level and favoring just paying players? So we'll get into some of that. And as always, your phone calls and your text messages here on the Patrick Netherton Show. Hambone and I just got back from a nice lunch. Got to see Buster. Always good times. Hambone got to spend some time with Buster. I always appreciate those two old school rednecks chatting with each other. When you get things like, hand me that ketchup, Bone. Just love it. Always a delight. See, Rogers, that's why you need to show up for the Super Bowl party. You could have that for a couple hours. Just good times. You and Buster just hanging out, chatting, enjoying, loving life. It's see, Hambone, what more motivation do you need to show up to the Patrick Netherton Patrick Netherton Super Bowl party extravaganza than spending some quality time with Buster? I can think of no greater motivation that you could have than that. But as we know, Hambone's not showing up to the Patrick Netherton Super Bowl party. Oh, well, I can't change the Super Bowl. I mean, it's still like 5. I mean, it's not like it's at 8.
No, it's dark now at 5.
I know.
I can't drive after dark. 2:30 kickoff, I would be there.
Okay. I still don't believe that, by the way.
No, I would at least be there for the first half.
Okay.
And leave before it got dark, because now that I can't see at night when I drive. No, if it was a 2:30 kickoff, I'd be there at noon.
Okay.
And then when halftime hit and we knew we were going to watch some group I didn't want to watch, that'd give me time to get home.
Who's the halftime show this year?
I had that. You just made my point. Whoever they did announce is somebody I do not care to.
I think they announced it, right? I want to say.
It's like Jay-Z and Bouncy or.
Well, I don't think that's.
It's people I don't want to watch.
People I don't want to watch.
So, yeah, if it was a 2:30 kickoff, I'd be there for noon.
It's Usher.
And, again, people I don't want to watch.
Or as Ludacris calls him, Ursher.
Yeah, either one. I don't want to watch him.
Yes, so Usher is going to be.
I'd be there till halftime, tell everybody goodbye, get home while it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Watch the second half at home, get ready to go to bed, because I have to get up at 2:30 the next morning every Super Bowl after. So, yeah, if it was 2:30 kickoff, I would be there way more often.
Mm. Well,
I guess we'll never be able to prove that, though.
Yeah, it's true. Rogers, I'll send a note to all of my NFL people and see if we can get that taken care of for you. Get that.
Give a little shout to Pete Briscoe. He might be able to.
Yeah, he's right there, Roger.
Is he?
Pete Briscoe.
Serious?
There he is.
Pete Briscoe's right there.
Yeah, he's right behind you.
See, I had a feeling.
Yeah,
he was watching.
An inkling.
He can get us in.
Yeah, I'm sure Prisco can take care of that. I'm sure they'll listen to him and get you in. So anyway, we're efforting both Independence Bowl coaches. Hopefully, Justin Wilcox, Joey McGuire. Hopefully, we'll have them both on here in the next couple of days, if not early next week. And Rogers, I got a text back from Hawk, our boy Dan Hawkins, who texted to say that he was at the Packers game and had just gotten back home from the Packers game. Yeah, there's Hawks music. Yeah, so Hawk had just gotten back from the Packers game and wants to come on, spend some time with us. And Rogers, you brought up a good point. You know, we got to get Hawk before he's killed by a water buffalo or gored by a rhinoceros or something, because you know he's going to be doing something crazy. He has resigned from UC Davis, and apparently he's going to help out a little bit with the program, kind of more in a consultant type role. But he said, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that we're having a good time, right? I'm going to make sure that we're getting after it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and he wants to have a good time with it, enjoy his life, and Hawk's definitely one of those get the most out of life guys. So yeah, we'll make that happen. We'll get Hawk in. Hopefully, I kind of want to wait till I get a little confirmation on the Indy Bowl coaches before I go and confirm Hawk. Just because I want to get them, I'd like to get them locked in before that. So I don't want to have to get Hawk in and then have to bump him to have him in, and let him have some time to relax and enjoy himself. And it's going to be a fun time with Hawk on there. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger. A couple of ways you can get in touch with the show. You can call us if you like. The phone number to call us is 318-RALLY-45. That's 318-725-5945.
Hello.
Hey, Coach O. You can also find us, if you like, on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. The Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line is 318-657-0-HAM. That's 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing
text line. So find us there. We are available there. We also are available on the YouTube channel. So if you are someone who is likes to watch the show, Rogers, if you like to watch, then I recommend you tune into the YouTube channel. I got real sexy real fast all of a sudden in here. Woo! Yeah, you like to watch? Hey, the YouTube channel's for you. Maybe I'll do an ad for that, Rogers. Do a little spot, a little promo. Hey, do you like to watch? Then you need to tune in. Then you need to tune in from 1 to 3 on the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/@Netherton Show. For those that like to watch. Yeah, we could do that. Can make that work. But, I'm not sure you want to watch me, but, hey, you at least get to see my cool Riverport Barbecue shirt today. By the way, Rogers, I know you saw it. Riverport Barbecue celebrating 30 years in business, which is insane. Absolutely crazy nuts to be in the barbecue business. To be in the barbecue business for 30 years, like, that's nuts. That is absolutely crazy pants. Yeah, it really is, because that's especially nowadays with the way that meat prices are, and just the overhead that comes with trying to run a business in that industry. That's nuts. So good on Stephen Joseph and his crew for making it 30 years. It's a little bit unfathomable in today's day and age of barbecue to be able to last that long. So good on him. And, very happy for him and his crew. They are good people. So, kudos to Stephen Joseph and crew for their terrific work. But, it's remarkable to be in that long. It really is. So you can find us on the YouTube channel if you like to watch, youtube.com. I think it's going to be the new tagline for the YouTube channel, Rogers. If you like to watch. YouTube.com/@Netherton Show. That's YouTube.com/@Netherton Show. If you are wanting to watch the show, that's the best way to do it. You can also comment on that page as well, which I think makes things kind of fun and easy, right? If you are someone who likes to leave a comment or two, you don't necessarily want to text, that's okay. You can just send us go ahead and just send us a message on the YouTube channel. We will get that, and we will make sure to tune into that. So we'll let you know, chat about it, all of that good stuff. So feel free to give us a shout that way. All right. So we have, at this point, a lot of bowl games to get to. They are starting shortly. We have a lot of folks that they are, a lot of folks that are hitting the transfer portal. That obviously is a big, big thing right now. No surprise. Everybody's getting in the portal. So no shocker there. And Rogers even mentioned this, a lot of quarterbacks that are getting into the portal, right? A lot of big names, quarterbacks that are getting into the portal. And, the word is that some folks aren't, like Cam Ward from Washington State. The word is that he kind of knows where he's going. And a few of the other folks, there's talk Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma. Word is he's going to Oregon and is just going to go in and replace Bo Nix. So, yeah, we're kind of in a time period now where it's going to be very rare for a quarterback to develop at a university and stay at a university. Rogers, how about the Alabama QB that's going to go hit the portal and go play lacrosse? Did you see that? Yep. What a crack. That dude, one of the backup QBs for Alabama is, he's going to go play lacrosse. Yeah, he's going back to Notre Dame to play lacrosse.
That's strange.
So just some wildness going on in the world of college football. And as we mentioned, a big story that's getting a little bit of play is the idea that potentially the upper echelon programs of the FBS could form a separate division in order to create different rules for paying players. Because remember, the NIL, and the NIL has been a little bit bastardized, and a lot of it's the NCAA just sort of washing its hands of it. But the NIL was originally intended as a way for businesses or companies or whatever to pay an athlete for their name, image, or likeness, right? The local car dealership gets Caleb Williams from USC. They pay him X number of dollars, or X number of dollars in a free car or whatever. And then Caleb Williams does commercials, or he does Instagram posts or whatever for that car dealership. What it has turned into is these consortiums which have gotten together outside of the framework of the various businesses, that has just basically been consortium of boosters, right? It's the top 20, 30 big money boosters. They all put the money into a pool, and then they turn around and give that money to the athletes. It's not coming from the university, because it is not the consortium is not with the university, right? It's its own collective. They call them collectives. So the NIL collective for LSU, which I think is under the Tiger Athletic Foundation, they basically pool all their money, and then they give the money out to the athletes. There's not a quid pro quo of, okay, this athlete needs to do, this kind of a sponsorship, or he needs to do these sort of ads, or post things on his social media. There's not that. It's basically a way for the universities to pay the players, but it's not coming directly from the university. Well, in this particular instance, the NCAA is talking about letting the certain FBS schools break off, form their own subdivision, and allow them to just pay the players, right? So we'll get a little bit more into that as we go along. Charlie Baker, the new president of the NCAA, is talking about this, and we'll discuss a little bit of that, because this is kind of what everyone has been talking about, right? Is sort of the Power Five breaking away from everyone else and doing their own thing. It's interesting that it's potentially under the kind of under the purview of the NCAA, because the real issue with having these particular schools break away is that they then would have to do their own playoffs and their own championships. And while they already do the college football playoff, they've got the football national championship covered, they really don't want to get involved in trying to do lacrosse and soccer and volleyball and swimming and diving and the 81 championships that are given out every year by the NCAA, right? They don't want to get involved in that. And I can assure you that they do not want to break away from the NCAA tournament in basketball, right? March Madness is a massive moneymaker, and it's arguably the best championship that is put on in all of college athletics. So they're not trying to get away from that, but if they break away, there's every chance that they may not be able to stay there. So it's interesting that the NCAA is the one that is talking about this, and not this coming from those Power Five institutions or conferences saying, hey, we want to break away. It's the NCAA saying, hey, maybe you should kind of create your own subdivision. So this is interesting. I will go into kind of what all this means and what potentially could happen. But I did not see the NCAA initiating this process, did not see that outcome. And it has the potential to be very good for college athletics at the highest level. So we'll discuss some of that. We got to talk about the college football playoff. Still a bunch of Florida State folks that aren't happy. A lot of folks saying that Jordan Travis should win the Heisman if he means that much. Again, we'll go back over kind of why the committee voted the way they did, why they did the thing they did, and why it was the correct call based on the rules they had to follow, right? So we'll get through that. And just a reminder that we could have had a 12-team playoff this year, but the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Pac-12 came together and said, we don't want it this year. We don't want it till 2024. So you can thank those three conferences for getting together and us not having a 12-team playoff. Also, I was talking about the 12-team playoff yesterday, and I forgot that we had to have a group of five champion in there. I just completely whiffed on that. So it's not the top 12 in the poll. It's the top 11 in the poll plus the group of five champion, because it is the 6-6 model, right? The highest-rated conference champion in the group of five plus the six other five Power Five conference champions plus another 6 teams that will be at-large selections. So I forgot that. In this case, it would be Liberty that would be in, I'm assuming, as the 12 seed, and they would be playing the 5 seed Florida State. So Liberty would travel to Florida State in that first-round matchup. I'm assuming they would be the 12 since they were not in the top 12 in that final ranking. So there you go. That's what we got going on. So multiple ways you can get in touch with us. We mentioned the phone line, 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. Talked about the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Go subscribe to the channel. We're still working to try to get to 500 subscribers. If you haven't done that, please do. It is free, costs you nothing. It is super easy for you to get there. Just go to youtube.com/@Netherton Show, and you will get there. Super easy. Couldn't be simpler. Please go do it. We would really appreciate it. Be very nice if you did that. I think we're at 332. Yeah, we're at 332. So we're basically 170 away from getting to our goal of 500. So please go subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate that. We're also available on Twitter or X. Ooh, that bird is right inside my brain. Twitter or X, it is @Netherton Show. That's the main feed. That guy over there is @HeyBoyRogers, and I would be @PT Netherton. App is a good way to tune in. 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play or iTunes App Store, and you can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. And now the man, the myth, the legend, ladies and germs.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
What's up, my dude?
It's Tuesday.
It is second Monday.
Second Monday. Not as bad as some Tuesdays, to be honest with you, because the warmth outside is helping.
Yeah, it warmed up a good bit.
It really
was cold
it was
this morning.
cold this morning, baby.
Yeah, we're in that lows in the 30s.
Yeah, and then highs in the
60s.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We're in that sick weather mode.
Yeah,
where everybody can get sick.
Yeah, it's weird though, because technically you don't get sick because of the weather. You just get sick because you kind of just stay away from everybody. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I don't know why this is more time for, I guess because you're around people indoors more, you know? Like you get together during holidays and you're all indoors. Not like you're going outside and spending time with people. You're all indoors. So, I don't know. Very odd. Hambone, you doing all right though, brother? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Okay.
I'm good.
Got to see some Buster today for lunch.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise.
Yeah, it's always
he's always entertaining.
Oh, he is an entertaining cat.
You never know what's going to happen.
His opinions on Feinbaum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't repeat them.
No. Kind of like Tom Hanks's opinions to the umpire in League of Their Own.
Yeah. But yeah, always good to see Buster.
Yeah, no, that was a nice surprise. Really was. Hadn't seen him in a while.
I hadn't seen him in a while either, for that matter.
Okay.
Oh, he was supposed to give me a rack of ribs. We forgot the rack of ribs.
Unless you're just sitting in the old vehicle.
No, he had him in the cooler. Or he was supposed to have him in the cooler.
Okay.
He may not have.
All right.
I don't know.
Boy.
Yeah, I was supposed to get a rack of ribs from him. Oh, well.
All right.
But I had to put them in the fridge here, and you know what happens there. May not have a rack of ribs. Never know. All right. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. We're just over here against the wind. Seems like yesterday. We were all alone. Oh, it was long ago. That's the wrong one. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Rogers, there's a bathroom on the right and doo-doo in the back. We'll be back.
Spoiled supermarket meat, sawdust like fillers, artificial preservatives?
Ho, ho, hold on there. I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. You don't want your dog eating any of that. These potentially harmful ingredients are found in many of today's popular dog foods, but not in Nature's Blend. A freeze-dried raw dog food with real cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Nature's Blend is designed to help support your dog's playfulness, healthy skin, soft coat, easy digestion, and youthful mobility.
Your dog will go bonkers over Nature's Blend savory flavor and texture.
For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free festive holiday dog sweater with select orders. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
I guarantee it with a 100% 90-day return of your purchase price.
Offer available with select orders while supplies last. Text fees may apply. You may receive up to one additional text. Text stop to opt out. Paid for by Dr. Marty's Pets.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon and other Apple gifts. Save on your shopping.
For a limited time, trade in any iPhone in any condition for a great deal on the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE with unlimited Ultimate. Additional terms and conditions apply. Go to your local Verizon store now.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
We're your local bank in your community. So come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. Side with a friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
It's time for the main course with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. He's Rogers. I'm Patrick. All right, we got some text to get to on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. Who sings that, Rogers? Judas Priest, okay. I was never a big Judas Priest guy. Like, that was, they were not, like, in heavy rotation for me. Oh, yeah, Breaking the Law, which I love. Got another thing coming, Raj. Right. Video killed the radio star, as we all know. First video on MTV. Now they don't play videos at all. Trey just texted, Priest! Rah! Very excited about Judas Priest. So, all right. Take a look at the text line, the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. 318 said, I have seen the TV coverage of high school championships, but are there any radio options? Thanks. I don't know that there's like a radio call that's, like one group, like, for the Indy Bowl, like Sports Radio USA or whatever comes in and does games. I don't think there's anything like that. I don't know that, but I don't believe so. But like Calvary has their own radio broadcast. So if you want to tune in, Mark Cantrell and his crew, Rogers, I believe they're on the religious station, 92.1. Does that sound right? Help me out, Rogers. Does that sound right? 92.1 for the religious station? Let me text Mark and find out what station they're on. I was actually texting him not too long ago. Hey, what station are y'all on? But yeah, I know that Calvary will have a radio broadcast, I'm assuming. They've done it all year, so I'm assuming they would go to the Dome. Yeah, Mark, when he was leaving, I said, hey, have fun in New Orleans. He goes, yeah, we're going to be really high up there. I'm like, yes, you are. When they move the press box up to the 700 level, you know what they call the press box now in New Orleans, Rogers? They call it the 700 Club. Dang. Brother can't even get a rim shot anymore. They're on 90.7, Raj. Do you know what 90.7 is? 90.7 The Miracle. I have not heard that. So there you go. If you are someone who would like to listen to them, it is Miracle 90.7 FM. Also apparently 89.1 as well. So there you go. So if you are so inclined to want to listen to Mark Cantrell and the crew, I'm double checking that they are doing the title game, but that's where Calvary will be. So if you are yes, they are doing the title game. So if you want to listen to the radio broadcast, there you go. That's how you do it. 90.7 FM. Miracle 90.7. I don't even have a clue who that's even with. I don't know. Okay. It's KVSC. Used to be The Promise. Okay. It's a religious affiliated station. So there you go. Keith said Brando on The Odd Couple last night. Didn't catch it. This may come as a shock to you, but after 3 o'clock, I'm disconnecting from the radio. But yeah, apparently Brando was on The Odd Couple. That's the one that's on after Ben and JJ, right? Is that right, Rogers? The Odd Couple. Unless it's Indy Bowl. Right. I mean, just if we're picking up the national. Pumpman said if they are going to a 12-team playoff next year, are they adding a game? And which bowl will be the 6th? Okay, so the way it's going to work is the initial games will be home sites. It's 12-5. The top 4 teams have a bye. Then it is 12 versus 5, 11 versus 6, 10 versus 7, 8, 9. Right? So those are your matchups. Those are all at home sites. Okay, then once you, it'll be bracketed. So once you get past that, then it becomes a different deal, right? It's then you start getting neutral sites that are happening. I'm trying to find the actual announcement. Okay, here you go. In 2024, first-round games are on campus. They will be held on Friday, December the 20th with one game. And then Saturday, December the 21st, the other 3 will be played. All right. Then the quarterfinals will be Tuesday, December the 31st, and Wednesday, January the 1st. Those will consist of the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. All right. The semifinals will be Thursday, January 9th, and Friday, January 10th. This is in 2025 now. The semifinals, it will be the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl. And then the championship game will be played Monday, January the 20th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And it's a rotation as it goes. So your semifinals are the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl. The following season in 25-26, your semifinals are the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl. All right, so they rotate those games as they go. Next season, on-site, on campus, first round, then Peach Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl for the quarters. Then the semis are the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, and then the championship is in Atlanta. Next season, the one after that, on-site for the first round, quarterfinals are the Cotton Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. Semifinals are the Fiesta Bowl and the Peach Bowl. Then the national championship is played in Miami. Okay? So there you go. And then they'll keep rotating it where I'm assuming the semifinals. Now, the one of the sticking points was that the Rose Bowl doesn't want to play on anything other than January 1st. And so that had been one of the sticking points, was trying to get the Rose Bowl to agree. And I don't know what they've actually agreed to, right? Is the Orange Bowl always going to be one of the quarterfinal games on January the 1st? Or will they move up to a semifinal game in the rotation like everything else does? I don't know, to be honest with you. But there you go. Let's see. Field of 12 teams will be comprised of the 6 conference champions ranked highest by the selection committee, plus the 6 highest ranked other teams. There you go. 4 highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4, and each will get a first round bye. Other 8 teams will play in the first round with the higher seed hosting the lower seed. Rogers, let me ask you a question real quick. Grab your microphone. I'm curious your thoughts on this. As a guy who played, and always enjoy your home venue, right? You always enjoy your own locker room and all that.
Oh, absolutely, even though it stunk.
Would you rather, as a player, have a week off, as the top 4 seeds will do, but no, you will not get a home game? Because the top 4 seeds, once they get into the quarterfinals, it's all neutral site. Or would you rather be 5 through 12, knowing you have to play an extra game, but at least if you're 5 through 8, you get that game at home? So would you rather have a home game or a day off and not play a home game in the playoffs?
That seems like a bad decision to have to make.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think you actually penalize the top 4 teams. You give them a bye. But
then if you want a home game, you have to play an extra game.
Right.
Which is an extra game of getting hurt or injured or...
Which is why it's the 5 through the 8 that are hosting and the 9 through the 12 that are on the road. And then 1 through 4 get a week off. But the next week, they're playing neutral site. They're not at a home venue.
But it's neutral?
Yes.
Okay, I would go with that.
Okay.
I'd rather have a week off
and then play a neutral
to heal
side.
some bumps and bruises.
Okay. Well, here's the
you
other
have
thing.
an extra week to know who your opponent was, and if you go to a neutral site, then you know your fan base could probably travel.
The other thing is you are potentially now one of the advantages is I'm assuming they will already slot 1 through 4 at the various quarterfinals.
Okay.
Right. So let's just say it's this top 4 right now. Okay. Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, probably Washington, or Washington maybe the Rose Bowl, right? That would make sense for Washington as the 2 seed. Michigan, maybe the Fiesta Bowl, maybe the Peach Bowl. Maybe you slot Alabama at the Peach Bowl. I don't know if it's the schools get their choice, right? If you go to Michigan, all right, Michigan, you got the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, or the Sugar Bowl, and they get to pick. And Michigan says, well, the Peach Bowl is probably the easiest for our fan base to get to, so we're going to play in the Peach Bowl. All right, now we go to the 2 seed Washington. You got the Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl, or the Sugar Bowl. They probably take the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Then, all right, now you got Alabama and Texas. Texas says, well, we probably want the Sugar Bowl because it's closest to Austin. It's an easy trip. And then that moves Alabama out to the Fiesta Bowl because they wouldn't have a choice.
Okay.
But at least you know ahead of time where you're going, so
Yeah.
your fan base knows a week in advance
You have enough time
to start buying tickets.
Yes.
And make travel arrangements.
I like that better.
I will say this, though. I wish
I'd rather play a less game, hill more, and give my fan base time to get to a neutral site.
I do wish that I do wish the top 4 got a home game, though.
No, I'm with you on that.
Like, I would rather have, instead of having the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, why don't we just have 2 bowls? Why don't we have the Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and the Orange Bowl or the Cotton Bowl? Why don't we just have them rotating through the semifinals, and let's do the quarters at home sites, right? So the 12 seed Liberty goes on the road and beats Florida State. Well, congratulations. Your reward is that you now have to go play at Alabama, the 4 seed. Like, congrats, because the 8-9 would be matched up with the 1, the 5 would be matched up with the 4, and so on and so forth. I kind of like the idea of I wish they would have home sites, but I understand you have to keep, now you've got so many bowls that you're trying to keep happy, but I would much rather, I think you lose something with having those top 4. Yeah, you get a bye, so you're not playing that extra game, but at the same time, you're also sacrificing a home game. And I don't like that. I wish they had a home game. You got a top 4, get a bye and a home game.
You earned it. Yeah.
That's kind of.
I kind of with you on that one.
Yeah, but you don't. You get a neutral site. But again, when the committee makes their when they set the picks, you're going to know in what? When did this it came out on Sunday, December the 3rd? So you'll know 3 weeks, actually you'll know more than that. You'll know basically a month in advance, close to a month in advance, where your team is going. So you'll have your fan base, Alabama gets the last pick and it says, all right, we're going to the Fiesta Bowl. So Alabama's fan base can start booking flights out to Arizona. They can start they can work on that. Try to get their way to Phoenix, buy tickets, all of that stuff, because they already know they're there. Now, the fan base of the 5 through 12 teams, right, they may know, hey, the 4 seed is matched up with the 5-12 matchup. So Florida State fans and Liberty fans know that if they win, they're going to play at the Fiesta Bowl. So they can kind of start, maybe book a flight if you can get refundable, booking hotels, tickets, all that stuff, if you can maybe get your money back. I don't know. But it does give the top 4 an opportunity for those teams to really set the fan base. They're going to have almost a month for the top 4 to get their fans there. So if Michigan is the 1 seed, says, you know what, we want to play in the Peach Bowl because it's the closest to Ann Arbor, or we want to play in the Rose Bowl because that's traditionally where the Big Ten plays and we like that, they pick, and then it gives their fan base almost a month to get there, to buy tickets, to get hotels, to get flights, plan a drive, whatever the case may be. So again, I like the idea that you're getting an extra week off, but I do wish we were still home sites for the semifinals, or for the quarterfinals, I should say. And then semifinals rotate the 2 bowls in there. Rotate the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, whatever. Just rotate them through there. That's what I would rather have, me personally. But it is interesting. And, of course, as we mentioned, the NCAA is now looking at potentially going in and allowing the FBS to subdivide again. We'll talk about that coming up in the 2. I almost said the 4 o'clock hour, Rogers. We're going to do that in the 2 o'clock hour. Double J said, "Did y'all eat some of Peanut's pork?" No, Peanut did not. Was not cooking for us. It was just Buster We did get to talk about Rambo, though, a little bit, which was nice. I'd mentioned the other day during Thanksgiving, Dad was doing the prayer and mentioned, Lord, thank you for our family and our time together and nourish the food to the health of our body and all that. And thank you for letting Rambo kill this hog that we're about to eat. And, of course, that led to Rogers, okay, well, Rambo's one of Dad's mechanics. All right, well, is his name Rambo, or do you just get the nickname? And so Rogers got clarification on just how Rambo came about. And his name is not Rambo. He's neither his first nor his last name is Rambo, just a nickname. Because apparently he was very gung-ho early in his career as a mechanic. His boss would ask him to do something. He said he'd just go run in, full steam ahead, kind of like Rambo. So that's how he got the nickname Rambo. 318 said, thanks, I have done that. I was interested in St. Thomas More. The ESPN station in Lafayette will not play here in Shreveport. I'm guessing they have an app, maybe, or check their website. Most radio stations stream somewhere, whether it's their own website, whether it's an app, TuneIn Radio. There's a bunch of apps out there. Radio Pup. Check all the apps and see, or check their website. And my guess is they probably will have a streaming option for you to watch that. High Rail said, rabbit hole. Yeah, we got down the rabbit hole, but that's what we do best, man. Look, I get something that I like and enjoy, we're going to talk about it. That's how we do it. It's a Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. We'll be back.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 800 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 800. LumeDeodorant.com, code 800 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 800.
Holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Do you know someone with a drug or alcohol problem? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything. Stop the drug and alcohol nightmare. Are drug and alcohol problems hitting you too close to home? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything.
800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. That's 800-694-1127.
Hi, I'm Ava Cates, Secretary of the Louisiana Workforce Commission, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Tech Ready Louisiana program. Tech Ready Louisiana is a tool for everyone. We are pleased to partner with Coursera, an online learning platform to provide Louisianians access to over 6,000 free courses to help you navigate a tech-ready world. You can access Coursera by visiting our website or visit one of our local offices. Are you tech ready? Let's get started.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Workforce Commission.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-294-8831 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-294-8831. That's 800-294-8831. What do you have to lose? Call 800-294-8831. Again, 800-294-8831.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, oh, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you know someone with a drug or alcohol problem? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything. Stop the drug and alcohol nightmare. Are drug and alcohol problems hitting you too close to home? Get help right now. Insurance may cover everything.
800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. That's 800-694-1127.
I have lots of fragrance lovers on my list, and Ulta Beauty has all I need to add joy to their holiday season. Shop your favorite fragrances from YSL, Carolina Herrera, Valentino, and Ariana Grande's new exclusive Cloud Pink scent. Plus, with a fragrance purchase of $70 or more, get a plush robe or throw, valued at $70, while supplies last. Shop the gifts that bring joy to everyone on your list this holiday season, especially you. Ulta Beauty, the possibilities are beautiful.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Comfortable weather all week long here across the northern parishes. Cool nights, pleasant afternoons. We're in the upper 30s tonight and a high tomorrow close to 70 degrees. I think some mid-70s return to our forecast late this week. Next chance for thunderstorms Saturday. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke, Patrick Netherton.
Imagine if I asked who this was and what this song was. Roger's never heard this song. Let me see. Nope, doesn't sound familiar at all. I don't know. Guess I've never been to a strip club since the 80s. Basically, the number one gentleman's club song there is. What you're doing over there. Okay, calm down, buddy. Boy, glad Rogers isn't on camera right now. Getting a little saucy in here. Woo. Rogers, this wasn't a euphemism, right? He was literally meaning just pour like granulated sugar on it. Yeah, I think it's, yeah. Right, sugar, spice, all things nice. Yeah, we never know. Yeah, it was something snails, snakes, snails, and puppy dog tails or something. Girls are made of sugar and spice, and little boys are made. Hold on. All right, here we go. What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Snips, snails, and puppy dog tails. What are little girls made of? What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. Said other versions may describe boys as being made of snaps, frogs, snakes, or slugs, as opposed to snips. In the earliest known versions, the first ingredient for boys is either snips or snigs, the latter being a Cumbrian dialect word for a small eel. All right. There you go. Snips, snails, and puppy dog tails. Rogers, you're definitely made of snips. I know that. Let's see. High Rail said rabbit hole. Yeah, look, we occasionally get down a rabbit hole, but it's interesting to me, right, that the trade-off for a top 4 spot in the playoff next year is you don't get a home game. Whereas if you're a 5 through an 8 seed, you have to play an extra game, but you do get that game at home. So to me, and again, I didn't play football past 5th grade, right? So I don't have any real thoughts. But you tell me, is it better to have that extra week off? Now, keep in mind they're already coming off of like a 3-week layoff. Because it is, Double J said Rogers is made of sips, not snips. No, Rogers isn't made of sips. My man hadn't sipped anything. Rogers is made of gulps. Gulps and snails and Budweiser. Yeah, it's not a, it's not a scenario whereby it's not like you're going to play the next week, right? You already have 2 or 3 weeks off before the semifinals begin. Really, the 20th, from like if you play in a championship game and you lose, chances are you're going to be one of those 5 through 8. So you'll play at that point. I don't know. That's it's just an interesting thought process, right? If I told you could have a home game, I guess it really boils down to this. Would you rather be the 4 or the 5 seed? Right? If you're the 4 seed, you get a week off, but you don't play at home. If you're the 5 seed, you play an extra game, but you get it at home. Which would you rather be? And I don't know the answer to that question. I think I'd rather have a week off. But if you already had 2 or 3 weeks off, is it maybe more beneficial to have played a game? Right, Rogers? How many times have we seen a wild card team in the NFL play that extra game and then go and hammer or play really well against the team that had a bye? Or you see that. So I don't know. It's an interesting thought process, just a thought exercise, if you will. That's what I was going for. All right, so the NCAA is proposing that potentially the FBS divide again. And we've heard this talk before about the potential of the Power 5 to sort of break away from the NCAA. right? We've heard this. Hey, the Power Five, break away from the NCAA, do your own thing, establish your own rules, make your own bylaws, how you handle things, because you're playing a different game now than the Group of Five is playing, and you're playing a different game than the FCS is playing. So break away if you're the Power Five. You do your own thing. You do your own championships. You don't worry about what is going on in the Group of Five or the FCS, right? That's what we kept hearing for the last several years. Again, I did not expect this to come from the NCAA, but NCAA President Charlie Baker sent a proposed changes in a letter. Basically, if Division I schools choose to adopt the rules, they'd be allowed to enter into name, image, and likeness deals directly with the athletes. So no longer would it be a collective where they get a bunch of people that put their money in a collective, and then that collective pays the players. This time it would be coming directly from the university, right? It's basically exactly pay to play, which is where we've been headed the whole time. We're just kind of working to get there. But you're talking about absolute pay to play here. LSU says, boy, we want to get this quarterback out of the portal. Hey, we can pay you $1 million to come play for us, or we can pay you $100,000 or whatever. And that athlete says, absolutely, I'm coming to LSU. Maybe Oklahoma has a better bid, or maybe Oregon and Phil Knight's money comes up and says, we can pay $130,000 instead of $100,000. And he says, you know what, I'm going to Oregon. It could be a highest bidder. It could be a fit, whatever. The new rules would also create a new subdivision of Division I schools that would be allowed to create its own set of rules for recruiting, transfers, roster size, and a wide range of other policies. To be a part of that subdivision, each school would have to put millions of dollars each year into a trust fund for athletes. Baker quoted, "It is time for us, the NCAA, to offer our own forward-looking framework. This framework must sustain the best elements of the student-athlete experience for all student athletes, build on the financial and organizational investments that have positively changed the trajectory of women's sports, and enhance the athletic and academic experience for student athletes who attend the highest resourced colleges and universities." Baker is supposed to have a public appearance in Las Vegas Wednesday. The policy would bring a major change. This is from ESPN. The policy would bring a major change to the foundational tenet of the NCAA's long-held business model that prevented schools from providing any non-academic-based compensation to athletes. Baker's letter said the change is necessary during a time when the revenue generated by top colleges is poised to grow significantly and the legal pressure to compensate athletes continues to mount. On a post, Ohio State's Gene Smith, quote, the AD, Ohio State's AD Gene Smith, quote, "I'm 100% supportive of your efforts. Intercollegiate athletics needs the proactive and forward-thinking you are providing. Thank you for this letter." Schools in the new highest-paying subdivision would be required to set aside a minimum of $30,000 per athlete for at least half of the athletes on an annual basis. That money is ostensibly to help athletes continue educational pursuits during the summer or after their careers, but there would be no requirements for how they spend it. Schools could choose to provide more money to each athlete or provide money to more of their athletes. So basically they could pay fewer people more, or they could pay more people fewer. It would also be left up to individual schools to decide when they share that money with their athletes. Doesn't necessarily have to be, at the time. The NCAA does not intend to require that an athlete finish his or her degree before they get access to the money. Baker wrote that the new policy would help gender equity because the newly developed trust fund would also be required to follow Title IX laws by equally distributing money to men and women. NIL payments from the schools would be subject to Title IX rules. Doesn't define the line for the top earning subdivision, gives the schools the option to decide. And they'd be allowed to create their own set of rules to help police those areas of the market. In the letter, the new rules will help provide a model to show to Congress in the NCAA's ongoing quest for new federal laws to help in governing college sports. The NCAA's asked for Congress's help for 3 years. Nothing really has come from that. Basically, the lawmakers have said they need to figure their own problems out. So there you go. Baker said, quote, "This proposal kickstarts a long overdue conversation among the membership that focuses on the differences that exist between schools, conferences, and divisions and how to create more permissive and flexible rules across the NCAA that put student athletes first. Colleges and universities need to be more flexible, and the NCAA needs to be more flexible too." I will say this. Kudos to Charlie Baker. Rogers, when's the last time you remember the NCAA doing something proactive when it comes to governing college athletics and not reactive, right? Something's happened and they're always setting rules kind of behind it. This is out of control. Okay, now let's set some rules to figure it out. I can't remember the last time the NCAA did something that I would have considered proactive when it comes to these particular, comes to its member institutions. I cannot remember the last time that they did something that felt proactive. And this feels very proactive because, again, all the talk had been for really the last couple of years that the Power Five was already going to break away from the Group of Five. And they were already going to find a way to go ahead and make their own rules and do their own thing. So this was already seemingly in the works. The real question becomes, will they remain a part of the NCAA when it comes to championships? What sports will this affect? Now, if according to this this framework, $30,000 per athlete for half of the athletes. So what are we talking, Rogers? How many athletes do we think in total attend a college? Let's see. You have probably about 100 on the football roster. Then you got like 15 on basketball. That's 30, 130. You got, probably 10, 12 other sports, some with bigger rosters than others. So you're talking about a significant outlay of money. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 athletes, maybe more than that. And you have to stake out $30,000 for half of them. So let's just say, just for the sake of argument, round numbers, 200 athletes. So you're looking at what, $6 million that you have to allocate out to start with. So, and look, that's nothing for some of these institutions. They've got plenty of money. And look, they're looking for ways to spend the money. Right? That's the main thing is we talk about the need for colleges to show themselves as not being for profit because the NCAA still has the not-for-profit status. So we understand the idea that these schools have money that they need to get out there and they need to spend, right? They're bringing in millions, tens of millions, some cases hundreds of millions of dollars, and they spend a lot of it, but then they've also got to allocate it for facilities and all that. And that's why you have sleeping pods in the LSU locker room, because they need to spend basically as much money as they bring in, because they don't want to be seen as having a profit. We go back to Barry Alvarez during COVID, right? AD at Wisconsin is out there basically begging for money because they can't save anything, or else they would be a for-profit institution and they no longer fall under the amateurism guidelines. So this is sort of a step in that direction. I mean, I'm fine if the schools want to save the money, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. You're talking about 50 to 60 schools, maybe not even that many, right? You may not even have 50 schools that would be able to just sock away $6 million. Again, that's just a kind of a round number. You may not have 50 schools that can find $6 million to just put in a kitty, if you will, and then pay their athletes. The other thing is, this is a Title IX issue. So you have to pay the women's athletes the same amount of money that you pay the men's athletes, and that's going to be an issue, right? Because you would say your best basketball player or two and your best 2 or 3 football players probably should make more money than your top 2 or 3 women's basketball players, or your top 2 or 3 women's soccer players, or volleyball, whatever the case may be. So I think Title IX compliance would end up being the toughest thing in these requirements. But again, I love the fact that the NCAA seems to be being proactive with this. That's a good thing. It's something that we've not seen the NCAA do by and large. They are a very reactive organization. I talk about them kind of being like one of those giant ocean liners, right? Like one of those big cruise ships or one of those huge cargo ships, right? They can turn around, but it's going to be a while. It's going to take them like 30 minutes, an hour to turn around and get back going the other direction. Because the NCAA is the same way. The NCAA may eventually get to the right place, but they move so slowly to get there. And it takes them years and years to figure it out. Well, this is actually a reasonable thought process and seems to have come in a reasonable time frame. So maybe the new leadership, Charlie Baker and the new leadership of the NCAA, is actually moving in a good direction. My question still remains, does this in some way remove the top level of these schools, right? The top earning schools, does this move them away from the NCAA championships or any NCAA oversight at all? Do they become in some way immune to NCAA oversight? And then if that's the case, who then is in charge of oversight? If the top, let's just say 40 schools break away and they're planning on enacting their own rules, well, who do you call when they break them? Because you know they will. Who's there as the enforcement arm? There's a lot of questions to be answered, but I like the idea of the move at this point. I think it's a good move. We shall see ultimately if it does end up happening. We have not heard a response from any of the schools or conferences that this would affect. But I know, like the Mike Oreskos of the world. By the way, Mike Oresko, Roger, did you see any of his interview, by the way? He was hot. That Liberty got the Group of 5 invite over SMU. Basically, Liberty did not play a Power 5 team the entire season and went undefeated. And SMU did and lost 2 games. But beat the top Group of 5 team, Tulane, in the American Athletic Association Championship. Might have to get Oresko on, Rogers. I think he'd be interesting to talk to about all of this. Because he's very much one of the, hey, it's not the Power 5, it's the Power 6, basically. He's always trying to sell us on the idea that the American is just right there with the Power 5. Now what happens also with the Pac-12? Right? What does this mean for them? They've entered into a scheduling agreement with Mountain West, I believe. But what does this mean for them? What happens with the Pac-12? Especially in light of the fact that next year we're going to a 12-team playoff that's supposed to be 6-6. Well, the problem is if the Pac-12 doesn't exist, then it's the 4 power conferences, the Power 4, and then 2 Group of 5 conference champions that make it into the playoffs. Right now, it's the bylaws have it set as the top 6 ranked conference champions. So if the Pac-12 doesn't exist, then it would be the ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, and then the top American in Conference USA or American in Sun Belt or Conference USA in Sun Belt or whatever. Just whoever the top two that won their respective conferences was. So a lot of things to kind of clear up in college football, that's for sure. But I love the forward thinking. I love the moving ahead. And hopefully it means that the NCAA is getting a little more proactive than reactive. Take a break. It's Patrick Netherton Show. Don't forget to go subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Go subscribe. I promise. It's free. It's easy. We love you for it. We'll be back.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 800 and get an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack that comes with a solid stick, cream tube, free product of your choice, and ships free with code 800. LUMEdeodorant.com, code 800 for an extra $5 off a Lumi starter pack. Love it or return it for free. That's LUMEdeodorant.com, code 800.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
For a limited time, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE. All on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Boost Mobile is giving families the holiday gift they really want. When you switch to Boost, get an iPhone 11 for only $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. You'll get amazing service too, because only Boost switches between the top networks to give you the best service. So stop by a Boost Mobile store and give the gift of Boost. That's an iPhone 11 for $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. Get yours at a Boost Mobile store today. Visit boostmobile.com for details. New customers and in-store only. Requires auto pay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
A healthy weight, more energy, and smooth, regular bowel movements. 3 things everyone strives for.
It's me, Chuck Norris. There's one really important thing we don't talk about enough: our health. Achy joints, digestive issues, weight gain, and fatigue. We're told these are normal signs of aging. So working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick.
Morning Kick is a revolutionary formula combining 10 different supplements in one. Probiotics that help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and several of the most powerful anti-aging supplements on earth. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, focused, and help manage stress.
Anybody can achieve great health regardless of their age.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com. Use code SUPPORT or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off today.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511. Morning Kick.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
We're your local bank in your community. So come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. We're more than a site. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Ooh, that thing's going back and forth in my ear. It's really weird. They're going like left, right, left, right, left, right. Rogers, I'm getting vertigo over here. What? I do? Say what? Yeah! Patrick Netherton Show. Patrick Netherton Show, as we mentioned. Rogers, Patrick, that's us. Hey, don't forget, we're brought to you by our friends at Bobby L. Green Plumbing and 2 John Steak and Seafood. That's right. If you're looking for the finest in steak, seafood, wine list, look, we keep telling you, right? They bought a case of wine that is so good and rare that only one other restaurant in the entire state had any. It's not like, Rogers, it's not like they went and bought some box wine from the liquor store. We're talking about wine that is so rare that only 2 restaurants in the entire state of Louisiana had it, and one of them is 2 Johns. If you're an enophile, one of my favorite words, means you're a wine lover. If you're an enophile and you're not partaking in 2 John Steak and Seafood, there is something wrong with you. You're not going to find a better spot for wine. They even built their own wine cellar, though. I don't know how what wine room. I don't know what you call it because it's not in underground. So I don't know if you can technically call it a cellar, but it's not like a closet. It's bigger. It's like when you see, wealthy people's walk-in closets. That's what it looks like. And it's like all stone and like really cool looking. Ask to go see their wine room. It's really fabulous. So if you're an enophile, or perhaps you're just a foodie, right? Then you're going to want to go to 2 Johns. Steak, seafood, appetizers are second to none. You know how much we love the Friday lunch with the ribeye burger and the Leon's barbecue sauce. If you're looking for a little casual, if you're looking for something nice, let me tell you something. If you have an event or you've got friends coming in from out of town, right? A lot of people will do like Friendsgiving, kind of Thanksgiving type of thing, or you've got friends that are coming in. Christmas is a big time for everyone to come back home. Go to 2 Johns. Go have a nice dinner with your friends. Enjoy a great piece of fish, a great piece of steak, great appetizers, wine list, cocktails, you name it. That's 2 John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive. Go see him when Big John comes by, and he usually will, to say hi, to touch the table. Please let him know that you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. It's sponsors like Two Johns and Bobby L. Green Plumbing that keep our show afloat, right? If we didn't have great sponsors, we would not be on the air. We wouldn't have the upcoming Indy Bowl coaches for you. We would not have half the stuff we do. So please support our sponsors. Please let them know that you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. That helps keep us afloat. And if you should know any other sponsors that want to be a part, or you have a business that would like to be a part of the show, give us a holler on the text line, the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 657-0HAM, 657-0426. Perhaps we could get you in and have you on the show and let you be a part of it. We'd really enjoy that. Rogers?
Toward the regular season,
okay,
but it's a mini tournament within the $500,000.
Jeez.
And the Pelicans advanced to Las Vegas last night. Well, they will play the winner of the Suns-Lakers. So it's one of those, it counts in the regular season, but it's like a mini tournament within the season that the winning team will receive bonus money. And I don't understand it, and it's just a way for them to make up these crazy-looking colored courts.
Yeah, I will say almost every court looks awful. Now, there's a couple that look okay. Lakers court looks fine. The uniforms typically look terrible. Okay, so here you go. Tournament has a similar format to an in-season multi-stage tournament such as the WNBA Commissioner's Cup and those held in soccer. Each conference is divided into 3 groups of 5 teams each for a total of 6 groups. Top 3 teams by previous season record are randomly assigned to the 3 conference groups, then the next 3 randomly assigned, and so on. Round-robin tournament in each group. Tuesdays and Fridays during November will feature each team playing 1 game against each of the other teams in its group for a total of 4 games, 2 home, 2 road. They also count as regular season games. 4 teams from each conference advance to a single elimination tournament. 3 pool winners in addition to the group runner-up with the best record as a wild card. Quarterfinal games hosted by the 2 teams with the best record in group play for each conference, and the team with the best record in group play will host the wild card team. If 2 or more teams are tied for the higher seed in the conference, the tie will be broken following the tiebreaker protocol described below. I don't care. Semifinals and championship game will be played in Las Vegas. For the 2023 tournament, players on the champion team will each receive $500,000. Runners-up will get $200,000. Players on the 2 losing teams in the semifinals get $100,000. And the players on the 4 losing teams in the quarterfinals will each get $50,000. To distinguish the in-season tournament from other regular season games, home teams wear their City Edition uniforms. Games are played in specially designed basketball courts. There you go. I will say I kind of had some of the courts looked fine. Some of them really didn't look good. Reactions to the unique court designs were mixed. Mavericks owner Mark Cuban saying he wasn't a fan, though he did admit they're a brilliant marketing idea. A few players complained that the courts were slippery. Some fans complained on social media that the courts are too bright and distracting. So there you go. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. No idea. I'd heard of it, paid no attention to it, didn't know it was, happening now. Saw these crazy courts, just kind of randomly and thought, well, okay, we must be doing that. And the uniforms, and they look weird. So I get it. Like, try to do something to juice the regular season, because the NBA's regular season, much like Major League Baseball's regular season, is probably a little bit too long, and it's a little boring, right? When you're in game 60 or 50 or whatever of the NBA's regular season, when you're in game 110 of the MLB's regular season, kind of when you're in that area, you're sort of in the doldrums. And it's, okay, you're not quite late enough in the season where the games start meaning more towards your record and towards your potential seeding and potentially moving into into a playoff berth. But you're not close enough to the beginning of the season where there's still all of that optimism. and, everybody's going to be good, all that. It's just a weird it's a weird time frame when you have an 82-game regular season like the NBA does, or 162 games like MLB. There comes that little part in the just past halfway where it's just sort of the doldrums of the regular season. At least with the NFL, right? 17-game regular season, every game kind of means something. You can afford to lose a few, but the games are still rare enough that you don't really lose interest. College football the same way. Even when your team's out of it, your team's 1-5 to start the season. We know they're not going anywhere, but you only have a 11, 12-game season, so you remain interested. Hey, maybe it's can this freshman step up and be the guy, be the answer, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's a little unusual. I like the idea of trying to juice the regular season a little bit. I think it's great. Be honest with you, I no idea what it was about, how it was handled. I just knew we had some weird uniforms and we had some weird courts that were being played on. Most of them are hideous. A couple of them look okay. Don't forget, you can follow us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. That's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Go subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Really would appreciate it, right? It's a great opportunity for you to keep up with us. We post all our videos up there. Our interviews go up there. So if you don't get to catch, we had Blaine McCorkle, the new Northwestern State football coach. He was on just a bit ago. A couple days ago, you have him. We're going to have the hopefully both coaches for the Independence Bowl on. So great opportunities for you to tune in, to follow, to watch, and kind of be a part. So I hope you would be with us. I hope you would tune in with us. I hope you would subscribe. Again, once we get to 500 subscribers, we can monetize the stream and really start doing some fun stuff. I plan to get a little more, we do a little bit more with the stream other than just show content, just, interviews and live stream. Hoping to do some live streams from other places, hoping to do some videos from other places like we did with the fair, right? Being able to get out and do some of that stuff. I'd like to do more of that, but there's no real incentive to do it till we get to 500 subscribers. So please go subscribe to the channel. That's youtube.com/@Netherton Show. All right, did we miss anything? Oh, how about the quarterback situations going on with the Jets and the Patriots? Right? Zach Wilson basically saying he doesn't want to take back over as the starter for the Jets because he just, he doesn't want to do it. And doesn't think the things are going in the right direction, and obviously, he's not sure. What about the Patriots? Right? They put Bailey Zappi out there, and Zappi did nothing, and Mac Jones has done nothing. So what do the Patriots do? Again, I go back to this, and I keep saying this. It feels like I say it every year, multiple times a year. How is it possible that with hundreds of college football teams, with 2, 3, 4 quarterbacks on the roster, how is it possible that with, let's just say, conservatively, 500 quarterbacks in college football, and of those, if you just look at the Power 5, right, how many quarterbacks are just in the Power 5 alone? 60? That's just starters. And you're telling me that we can't find year after year after year after year, we can't come up with 32 good starting quarterbacks. Mac Jones, the pedigree, Alabama, had a great career there. Bailey Zappi set the touchdowns record in a single season while he was at Western Kentucky. Zach Wilson, huge success at BYU. And yet, we can't find 32 good starting quarterbacks. And we've got at least 100 that are effective or reasonably effective in college football. Now, some of those are going to be D3 guys. Some of those are going to be D2 guys, FCS guys, right? But let's just say there's probably 100 teams that have good quarterback play in all of college football. Power 5, Group of 5, FCS, Division 2, Division 3, even NAIA. Rogers, who was the team that started? Didn't they have a team that started an NAIA kid? Who was that guy that, or Division 3 or what? He came out of nowhere. Was it the Vikings? Somebody started a like a low-level kid at as their quarterback. Let me see. NAIA QB NFL. I'm trying to remember because there was one guy that started here recently, and I don't remember what his name was, and he was like, it was the Bears. Yeah, it was the Bears. Who was that guy that started for the Bears, Rogers? That like super backup guy that started for the Bears. Tyson Bagent? Yeah, Tyson Bagent or Bagent. I don't know which one it is. Wasn't he an NAIA guy? Yeah, he played at Shepherd University. Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. I just couldn't remember the guy's name. Division 2. Yeah, came from the Division 2 ranks. Started at Shepherd in the Division 2 ranks. Set the NCAA record for passing touchdowns. Had over 17,000 yards passing and 1,400 completions in his Division II career, which are both Division II records. Two-time All-American, won the Harlan Hill Trophy. Yeah, he's the guy whose dad was the arm wrestler, and they interviewed him. He's like, come on, you want to arm wrestle right now? And they wouldn't do it. Yeah, there you go. Shepherd University in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. So, yeah, we've got a starting quarterback in the NFL who was the Harlan Hill Trophy Award winner and threw for 17,000 yards in college. All right? That guy sounds like he should have a chance to have success in the NFL. And yet we can't find 32 guys to fill these spots that can be just even reasonably successful. They don't have to be great. But neither Zappy nor Mac Jones, neither, who's the other guy in the Jets now? Zach Wilson or the other guy. Rogers, they're signing Ben DiNucci again. Somebody's signing Ben DiNucci. Like, how can we not have 32 quarterbacks in the NFL that are reasonably good? It boggles my mind. It tells you how hard quarterback play is. It really does. All right, we'll take a break. Come back and wrap this bad boy up. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Don't forget to go follow us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Don't make me beg. We'll be back.
I am passionate about providing top quality dental care to our youngest patients. With a gentle touch and a friendly smile, I ensure that your child's dental visit is a positive and comfortable experience. We believe in the power of education and prevention, and together we'll teach your child valuable oral health habits that will last a lifetime. I can't wait to meet you and your little ones. Find us online at ShreveportBossierKids.com. That's ShreveportBossierKids.com. Come see me soon.
Thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand-name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion caused by colds and allergies. Navage uses suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril to help suck out allergens, mucus, and germs. Nasal irrigation works, and Navage makes it quick and easy, but more than anything, it helps you breathe better. Don't waste your time or money on products that are ineffective. Trust drug-free Navage for fast relief to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
For a limited time, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE. All on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Act now. Visit Verizon.com. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
We're your local bank in your community. So come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Comfortable weather all week long here across the northern parishes. Cool nights, pleasant afternoons. We're in the upper 30s tonight and a high tomorrow close to 70 degrees. I think some mid-70s return to our forecast late this week. Next chance for thunderstorms Saturday. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher, LLC. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Rogers, is it safe to say this song wasn't written for Rocky, right? I gotta look it up. Because here's the thing. If this song wasn't written for Rocky, is there... Right. If it's not written for Rocky, and I'm about to look it up, is there a song that's more closely associated with a movie than Eye of the Tiger that wasn't actually written for a movie? Let's see, Rogers. I'm going to look it up. Oh, it was written as the theme song for the 1982 film Rocky III. Rocky III. Rocky the third. Yep, there you go. Huh? Yeah. Rogers, it was written as the theme song for the 1982 film Rocky III and released that year as a single from Survivor's third album, Eye of the Tiger. Sylvester Stallone, the director and star of Rocky III, enlisted Survivor to write the song after Queen denied him permission to use Another One Bites the Dust. They derived lyrics, including the title, from dialogue in the film and conceived a riff with chord changes to match the punches in the film's boxing scenes. How about that? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Reached number one. U.S., it was number one on the Billboard Hot 100 for 6 weeks, spent 15 consecutive weeks in the top 10, and was the second best-selling single of 1982, certified platinum. In the 25th Grammys, it won Best Rock Performance by Duo or Group with Vocal and was nominated for Song of the Year. At the Academy Awards, it was nominated for Best Original Song. How about this, Rogers? Did you know it resurrected Survivor? In 1982, Survivor had released 2 unsuccessful albums and were concerned they would be dropped by their record label. Sylvester Stallone enlisted them to write a song for his film Rocky III after Queen denied him permission to use Another One Bites the Dust. Stallone told him he wanted something street with a pulse to match the punches of the boxing scenes. He sent them a copy of the montage used in the film's introduction when Rocky Balboa and Clubber Lang, which Clubber Lang, showing the ascent of Clubber Lang. It was written by the guitarist Frankie Sullivan and the keyboardist Jim Peterick. They took the title from a line spoken by Rocky's coach Apollo Creed. "You had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge. You got to get it back." Stallone took that phrase from the 1969 film A Dream of Kings. So there you go. They initially planned to title the song Survival and had the chorus rising up to the spirit of our rival, and the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and it all comes down to survival. So instead of he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger, it was, and it all comes down to survival. Anyway, it all comes down to survival. Said the eye of the tiger hook is so strong, rival doesn't have to be a perfect rhyme with the word tiger. We made the right choice and went with eye of the tiger. So there you go. Yeehaw. Apparently, the guitarist was so destitute, Rogers, that he used a guitar with a broken headstock that he had glued back together. So there you go.
Does it say how close they were to using another song?
It does not.
Instead of Eye of the Tiger?
Well, apparently he wanted
because there was one other in the running.
Was there? Yes. Yes. You know what? I missed that paragraph, Rogers. It's right down here. They said because Rocky Balboa was the Italian stallion, they thought Dominic the Donkey would be a perfect song to use for Rocky. Rogers loves when I get his drift.
Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey.
Hey.
You'll never see him kick.
They time the little to his punches.
Because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy.
Hey! That was his knockout punch. Every time it said hey.
Jingity-jing, the Italian Christmas donkey. La 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 la.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because Rocky Balboa's original nickname was going to be the Christmas Donkey instead of the Italian Stallion. And they ended up not going with that. They chose Italian Stallion, and so then they decided not to use Dominic the Donkey. Yeah, I think Lou Monte heard about it. When did we decide he died again, Rogers? Was he alive? Like I'm trying to. The state of Lou. He was alive. 89. 89. There you go. Hey!
Children sing and clap their hands, and Dominic starts to dance. They talk Italian to him, and he even understands. Kumaras and kumbaras too, they dance ad arandel. When Santa Nicola comes to town and brings Ujucharil.
Hey!
Jingity-jing, it's Dominic the donkey. Jingity-jing, the Italian Christmas donkey.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hey, Dominic! Hey. What a Natale!
Hey! God bless Lou Monte and Dominic the Christmas Donkey. Oh, and we follow that up with Foo Fighters. Well, everyone, if you enjoyed the stylings of Dominic the Donkey, you'll love Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters. Oh, brother. Chuck said, my life is really messed up right now. First, you guys changed the time of the show. I know you've changed the order of your commercials. I have nothing to do with the order of the commercials. I didn't know there were in an order. Hyrel said, Power of Love was written for Back to the Future. Was it really? I mean, I believe it. Yeah, Huey Lewis. Wasn't that original? The original movie? Not The Power of Love by Celine Dion. Let's see. Written for, here we go. Was Power of Love written for Back to the Future? The Power of Love was written for the soundtrack of the 1985 blockbuster film Back to the Future.
And I'm pretty sure Frankie Valli's Grease was written for the Grease movie.
Sounds, I don't know about that, Rogers. Sounds iffy.
Sounds a little iffy.
Yeah.
You know, Bee Gees, Saturday Night Fever, Night Fever, that might have been written for the movie.
Doesn't sound right.
Since we were just talking about that, John Travolta doing his Santa Claus ad as Tony Manero. And if you don't realize, next time you watch it, when he buys the paint in the paint store, the checkout girl is Donna Pescow, the girl that chased him the whole time in the movie.
Rogers, did you know who wrote the... So this is weird. Barry Gibb wrote the title track for the film adaptation of Grease. It was a stage. I didn't realize it was a musical before it was a movie. I always thought it was a musical after it was a movie. Huh. All right. Also, Rogers had no idea that Barry Gibb sang on it and Peter Frampton played guitars on it. Or guitar. Weird. All kind of fun stuff going on. See, that's why they call me Mr. Know-It-All. Red Dragon said, yes, all hail Dominic. Yeah, Red Dragon's listening. Double J said, every time they say, hey, Uncle Polly takes a drink. Yeah, he was a bit of a drunk in that movie. Go In said, I tune in for the only 5 minutes I get for the show, and I get the donkey song. You're welcome, Go In. What more do you want in life? Hey, you also get Foo Fighters while you're at it. Come on, man. What more could you actually want in life than getting Dominic the Christmas Donkey? Rogers, I should make a graphic that you can, put up when we're playing Dominic the Christmas Donkey. I should make a graphic that we can put up on the YouTube channel when it's playing. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, I haven't seen the T-shirt yet. Okay, well, you gotta break it out at some point. Okay, well, you need to wear it at some point. Yeah. We got to break that out sometime during the Christmas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got to make Double J happy. Since he sent it to us, we got to wear it. We'll make Rogers sit over here for a segment. Have someone else come in and produce a segment. Just have Rogers sit out here so he can see his Dominic the Christmas Donkey shirt, courtesy of Double J. All right, that's it for us. You got Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob coming your way next. Then Sports Talk with JJ and Bonsai Ben from 5 to 6. For Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Please be safe and careful out there, everyone. It's a beautiful day. Enjoy it. Going to get a little chilly tonight, but it'll be nice and pleasant tomorrow. Join us back here tomorrow again from 1 to 3, and on the YouTube channel for the Patrick Netherton Show.